a Hollywood star, because I was really curious, and I was like, oh my god, this guy is the step up to star boy. So that's how our friendship began, and it's really very surreal to say that this entire journey has been that kind.
Robert, how was it collaborating with Ursula? How was the vibe like when you came? Like I was watching one of your videos, like you came out from the airport and all the paparazzis have surrounded you. How was the feeling like?
It's been really lovely so far here in India. I've, like many people in the States, I've for a long time wanted to get here because I don't know if you guys know. As far as working with these two, I echo what she said. It was really trippy. When we first met, they were just very lovely, charismatic, artistic people, and I'm always drawn to that. I tend to try to be a little bit more of a globally located person these days. I'm not quite so drawn to LA. So I Airbnb my condo and really like the people I meet, but I was just really drawn to them as people, and they were telling me about their project, and I thought that was cool, and then I thought nothing else of it. And then they approached me and said, hey, we really feel like you're meant to be the lead. And I'm kind of in a place in my life now where it's, I'm not quite as driven to achieve any specific thing above kind of flowing and happiness and adventure and just letting things connect, less out of anxiety and force and more out of leisure and pleasure. So when they said, you want to do this project, I was like, well, this feels like a yes to me. And it became a yes, all the dots connected, and so I had a great time making a fun video, a fun artistic piece, which is all I want to do is make fun creativity. And I didn't expect them to shortly thereafter be like, hey, you gotta come to India to celebrate the opening, and I was like, I cannot wait to get to India. So all in all, it's been an extremely positive experience for me so far, but this isn't my first day here, so I have a lot more adventure to go.
What are your plans?
I usually have a pretty severe schedule before I get anywhere, but like I said, my whole life and my perspective is kind of shifting, so something felt very right about allowing this trip to develop itself. I'm definitely going to be teaching class. For me, it's a very fun and good way to connect with the culture by teaching dance master classes, so I will be teaching classes out here. But other than that, I know these two are both very eager, actually everybody's very eager to kind of share India with me, so I'll be taking their lead. But otherwise, I'm just excited to see what's going to come. And I'm going to be...
So was there a conscious decision not to include too much of dance and not to, make it as a usual Robert Hoffman video? Was your conscious decision?
I think Ursula is probably going to be the better answer, because I trusted and took her lead. And we did a little bit more dancing, but it was, ultimately their artistic decision how much to use. And I think they made intelligent artistic choices, but she should answer that.
Yeah, please.
The most important thing about this is what you see. But of course there's a backstory to everything you see. So I had written the backstory first, why he is in this position. Now to divulge that further, my team and I have decided to make part 2. Sapan said yes today. He said yes, he's going to be a part of it. So Mr. Sapan Narula has said yes. So you have to understand that this is a story we want to show you now. Of course, everything has a backstory. I wrote a backstory in mind that he might have been a dancer, but he was involved in some kind of an accident which might have led to this limp of his. If you notice, he's limping in the video. For me, the most important aspect of both of these characters that I had envisaged was, A, the girl is the girl is a refugee who's trying to give back to a country. She has escaped her destiny in another country, and she meets her fate in this world, in America. As for Robert, his backstory was he was in some kind of an accident or whatever it was, which led him to this point of his life. So our recording of his story is from this point of his life. Deliberately, first of all, you have to understand, I didn't know Robert was a dancer when I met him. So I had a story written in mind before I even cast him. You know what I'm saying? So I stuck to that. I never change according to actors, and I think that's a great thing, because you have to be true to your story. And I'm very grateful that Sapan Narula supported me all along and believing in it. And of course, there's a person in the audience who would like to point your attention at, because she also was one of the first people to believe in the story. And she's sitting right here. Her name is Anu Gaur. She said, you know what? In LA, she came to LA, she said, I believe in your story. So this choice of mine not to have him dance was because, hey, I didn't know he was a dancer. I Googled him immediately as he left the room. After after he left the Airbnb.
So,
After I've taught some classes, is there a guy named Paul something that choreographs here, perhaps?
No, I don't know. I'm talking about the overall Bollywood dance, the way they have leveled up.
I think there's a choreographer here that does a lot of the work on the TV shows. I think his name is Paul, that I follow on Instagram, who does really creative pieces. And I was inspired to see that he's from India, which has not historically been known for cutting-edge dance. I'm not super familiar with where India is at, other than what I've seen on his page, which, as I said, has been very impressive. I look forward to seeing what is here. But it wouldn't surprise me at all, because I think globally, I get a rush almost every day, and I mean literally almost every day, out of the reality of the time of humanity that I'm living in which technology is doing so many ridiculously, just mind-blowingly grand shifts. One of which being that now anyone, anywhere has access, almost anywhere has access to almost anything that's ever been documented or recorded, which is going to obviously lead to this insane increase of talents and ideas, which is so clear if you look at the young b-boys of the world and the things that they're doing, and the fact that, gosh, there's probably a handful of b-boys under 12 to 7 years old who could generally beat any adult at this point. And I think that's so crazy and so cool and so telling of how rapidly art is going to evolve and blow all of our minds and give us something amazing to watch as we enter into our senior years. But the answer is I can't really comment yet because I haven't studied it closely, but I'm going to be completely immersed in it within a week or so, and then I'll really be able to give you some feedback.
Good. Thank you.
Phillips and I are on the same page, okay? No, I'm being serious with
No,
you.
since it's an issue.
No, I'm telling you, see, there were some reservations, not by my team. My team makes me look better. They supported me along the way. A lot of other people said, when I told them about the concept, I said I have a clown. I didn't, or a joker, or whatever it is that you want to call him. I saw him as a human being who's doing this. And if you see the video, you feel a sense of loneliness, abandonment, connect, synchrony, fate, destiny. But that did not stop me. I said, you know what? That's a really big film, Joker. I'm nowhere close to that in terms of name, stature, or anything. Doesn't matter. I have a story to tell. That story was about violence and how it affects him. My story is about love at this level. Today we are here. We have intersected. We have collided, and now we will depart. What happens from here on? If I see you guys every day here, and one day you're not standing by that pillar, will I be affected? I don't know your name. I don't know who you are. So my story was on that level, and I said, you know what? If I want to tell a story of love at its purest form, and if I can tell it the way if I can tell it this way, I don't have anything to worry about.
Guys, one tripod, please.